It was Steve Smith who won the toss and decided to put Delhi into bat. You thought that that could be fraught with risk and danger, but he'll be happy with what his bowlers have done. They restricted Delhi to 184. That's right, you're hearing me correctly. Restricted to 184. That's T20 cricket for you, and that's the Sharjah ground for you. I'm Gaurav Kapoor. You're watching My 11th Circle presents Crickbuzz Live. I've got Sean Pollock and Pommy Mbangwa with me. Pommy, restricted to 184. There's a statement you wouldn't hear in your playing days, right?
No, not at all. I was, as you were saying that, it kept going in my head. I'm going, yeah, I know it's supposed to make sense, but that's ridiculous. They've scored at nearly 10 and over.
In a 50-over game.
Exactly. You
would say that in a 50-over game.
Yeah, you'd say they've batted 50 overs and they've got 184. They've been restricted, But gee whiz, 20 overs, 184. And here we are sitting thinking, well done, Rajasthan. You bowled brilliantly. I mean, madness.
Yes, they bowled brilliantly. Delhi, well, I think Delhi helped them along with a couple of wickets there, didn't they, Sean?
Yeah, they did. And, having been in a lot of management meetings and T20 stuff, you always stress to the fielders how important it is for them to try and get involved. It's a brilliant catch, or being involved in a run out and two can turn the game on its head. And the two run outs and those top 4 wickets that fell were important. But I think the credit's got to go to the game plan that they came out with, how they executed, the lengths they hit, the intent that the bowlers showed for most of the innings. And it really did put the batsman on the back foot. I think Delhi will obviously be disappointed at some of the softest missiles, and it means that they don't get over 200, the first team not to get over 200 at this ground. But I think Rajasthan need to take a lot of credit. They decided to bowl first, and the players backed up the captain's decision.
Absolutely. And Pommy, Steve Smith would be supremely chuffed. Any captain would be chuffed when you manage to get 3 wickets in the power play. And look at the quality of the 3 that you're getting.
Yeah, and generally, I think that's what you're aiming for. If you can get 2, you're in the game. And if you can get 3, more often than not, you're winning the game. So it's a top effort. And to echo Sean's sentiments by speaking about another side and the way that they've gone away from what they do well in the power play, Kings 11 Punjab, a struggling side, but when you watch them bowl up front, they're tentative. Today, I think that Rajasthan Royals were the opposite of that, just going as much as they can at their opposition with the right lengths as well, but it meant that they were aggressive enough, and it yielded them results.
It's exactly as Sean Pollock had prescribed, and as Pommy had prescribed in the pre-game show, the lens. Jofra Archer still did some of the cute stuff, right? He still went with a few of his cutters and a few of the slow balls, a few more than we all would like to see from a rocket launcher like him. But Sean, you'd be very happy with the lengths he was bowling. He induced the mistakes, didn't he? Induced it definitely from Prithvi Shaw.
Yeah, indeed he did. And I think the key is if you ever got Jofra Archer to get into the brains of the batsmen who are facing him, and if you had to actually just work out what's going through their minds, he would then understand that the only game plan he really needs to do is bowl as quick as possible and get it through chest high. But obviously in the T20 format, you've got the different mixes, and the big grounds, sometimes those slow balls are very effective. But it was key again that he led from the front, and he is a class player. He's a match winner for them, and he's produced those 4 overs. Look at the dot balls, 11 of them, and then picked up the 3 wickets. And I think the key to the innings as well was that those wickets fell at regular intervals. It was almost like it was True. 30 runs, a wicket falls, 30 runs, and you never get a big partnership going, and you never be able to put the bowlers under pressure. To Vatia, his performance as well was superb. Dooley was saying that it's the best performance of 4 overs by any bowler on that ground. Yeah. But I think he's also learned. I remember that first game I watched him, he was giving it air, whereas today he wasn't. There was one occasion he threw it up and got whacked out the ground. But in general, he's learned how to bowl it flatter, hit the top of the stumps. And I think that was a big performance. He clearly enjoys this ground.
Yeah, the Rahul Tewatia arena has been good for Rajasthan Royals today. Probably even with the catches, it's like the ball is like a homing missile. It just keeps finding him.
yeah, and it takes them. I think that's important. We've seen a lot of catches go down in the tournament, and I can't remember who it was saying the screamers get taken, but the ones, particularly in Dubai, it's been like that, where the screamers will get taken, and the ones that you think are regulation get dropped. They go straight up, and can't quite judge
There's
them
the
with
ring,
the lights.
the ring of fire that they call.
The ring of fire is burning the eyes and the hands. It's not helping. Helping.
And obviously, Hetmyer with that catch, so Tewatia with the catch of Hetmyer, you felt like he had the ability to run away with the game that time. And just the fact of Delhi will be happy that they've got runs out of Hetmyer because he was the one. Now it's only Shikhar Dhawan who's sticking out a bit like a sore thumb, who hasn't got runs everybody else has got. And Hetmyer, I mean, you'd think that fine, it's Rajasthan's day because the bat turns in his hand just a tad. It hits the bottom. Tewatia jumping, great catch, make no mistake. And you just think, I mean, it's ifs and buts. But Polly, I mean, if Hetmyer had stuck around another over or two, he really was sort of the magic today that's taken them to even some semblance of respectability because it was looking pretty dark at about 122 for 5 for Delhi.
Yeah, the giveaway was his reaction when he got out. He knew that if he was just there for 2 or 3 more overs, he could make the big impact for his team. He's got the opportunity. He got himself in. But, that was the period 11 to 15 where they did brilliantly well to bring things back. He did have one that just popped over Archer's fingertips, the ball before. So he was flirting with danger for the over, and eventually he got nabbed. Tevatia's not the tallest, is he? He's quite average in height, so he did good to jump up and snaffle that one.
Yeah, so Rajasthan will be very happy. They bowled attacking, and that's the thing is that's always good for a team. I think it's even better for a team that shows that kind of mindset after you've lost 3 in a row. To come back like that can be really galvanizing, and to stop a juggernaut like Delhi. Remember, Delhi's coming off the back of 228, so you've stopped a team that's come on the back of 228, where you've come off the back of 3 losses, and suddenly your batters are all sitting in that dugout feeling 7 feet tall and going, we can get this done. Yes, Pami?
Yeah, particularly with the knowledge that each time they've batted there, they've done okay and they've been able to get runs. Now, when we sat at the start of my 11, brings
Circle
you
presents Cricket Live. Yeah, I'll help you.
Yeah. We thought you're putting your bowlers under pressure and putting your batters under pressure at the same time by giving away the initiative instead of going and scoring runs. So what's happened here is the bowlers have been put under pressure to say, get us something that is chaseable, get us something that is better than average, and they've gone and done it. They've been under pressure, but have managed to restrict the opposition to 184 at a ground where 200 is kind of standard. It means, therefore, there is the expectation that you should win the game. It means also that as batters, we get 200 each time we bat here. So we can do it. And I think that's a fillip in itself.
But, Paulie, on the flip side, because we've been talking flip side, and our flip side actually came true from what we were talking in the pre-show, didn't we? We were like, watch out for Rajasthan. This is not going to be a foregone conclusion, and it hasn't been. But on the flip side, now suddenly, Rabada, Nokia, the bowling attack is going, all right, against Kolkata, our batters gave us 228. And we almost gave it away, but we sort of managed to win that. Today, our batters have not given us that much of a cushion. Now, nothing to lose, right? Does that make them come harder, be more attacking? You never know. Maybe that uncorks them a bit.
Well, I think they would have had good discussions about what to do. And I think the discussions would have been somewhere along the line of what Rajasthan did with their bowling attack and how they approached it, the lengths they hit and how they ran in. And I think after watching that performance today, I think it almost just backs up the point of that's the kind of approach that you need. And I just expect a good performance from Rabada and Nokia. The Sheikhs of Sharjah have played well, and they will be backing themselves to get over the line. I think the key thing for the Royals as well is that they've got those top 3. Curran's no longer playing, and he was making a decent contribution in the middle. But it has to be the responsibility of those top 3. They now know what the score is. They know that it's not as much as they probably would have expected to be chasing. But one of them has got to get a big score. I mean, Butler was in good touch, but Steve Smith or Samson has to step up. And I think if they can get a decent start and get to the 10th over with maybe only 1 down, I think that's when they're going to start to believe that it's possible.
I think that's the trick, isn't it? That they don't have to, because if they do what they've done in the previous games, which is lose a couple of wickets up early, if they can negotiate the power play with just perhaps maximum of 1 wicket down, they know that they can get the runs on this ground, Pommy. They can get it done.
Yeah, they do. As I look at this, I like what it is, because it's really going to end up as a case of who bowls better, right? And it's not often we say, oh, we're at Sharjah, it's going to be who bats better. And I know there's a combination of things. You'll say, yeah, who bats better, they'll hit more boundaries, but no, I think it's a shootout of the bowling attacks. Here's what Rajasthan Royals have done. They've not let you tee off. They've not let you smash every ball out of the ground. And therefore, you've ended up in a place where you have 184. Now, as the bowlers of the Delhi Capitals, can you apply sufficient pressure by being attacking? Because you're not going to defend. Can you apply sufficient pressure by being attacking and going at Rajasthan and stop them from scoring the 185 that they need? I think that essentially is the shootout.
They have done it. They have done it every time. The bowling unit's done it every time. Delhi has defended successfully 4 times. They've got the 8 points. They've done it. As Sean Pollock said, that their bowlers will also have to focus on the 3 C's: cramp, chest, and quick, which is starts with a C. C for quick.
You can spell it with a C if you want.
Yeah, quick.
Yeah.
Corkers. Yeah, corkers. They've got to bowl corkers. 150 kilometers per hour corkers. Cat?
I beg your pardon?
Cat. They must bowl with Cass, not gas.
Oh,
Gas.
Gas. Must bowl with gas.
Oh dear.
Got to end the show
Losing
now.
it.
We're going to end the show now. We just got to, this is it. We love to end the show on a low. And we can't get lower than that. No, wait. Let's try to end the show on a high, because all 3 of us, well, we didn't mess up. I mean, Rajasthan just did really well. So all of us have got our prediction wrong for the first innings. Not just wrong, woefully wrong. Right? We were floating in the stratosphere. I go 202. What did you say, Polly? 211? 211?
Tommy was 206. I was 211. I think you were even
It's
more.
218. Look at me. 218. They've managed to make me look like a proper C4. But anyway, so my 11th circle, a badge of honor prediction is just a power play. We got our power plays wrong as well, gentlemen. So
We got them all wrong.
We get
everything wrong.
But we've got all our guesses wrong. I feel like you've got your analysis absolutely correct. So now, forget the stuff about merit, right? I mean, that's boring. Let's just get the guesses. We gotta get the guesses right. That's the money shot. So in the power play, what is Rajasthan going to get?
Sean.
I'm going with 47.
I'm going to go with 52.
47, 52 for me.
I'm going with 60.
47, 52, 60. You should just let's just bunch it up a bit. No, you don't want to just...
Nah.
No?
60. Maybe 58. 58.
Thank you. There you go. Team effort.
50.
Team effort.
50.
We're not going to get the badge on the go. So
Yeah, 50.
it's a band of brothers. We're not going to let it go this time. But you have to let us go. Not from your hearts, but only from your screens. We'll be back at the end of the 10th over with Cricbuzz Combox. That's all we have time for. You were watching My 11th Circle Presents Cricbuzz Live. Thank you, gentlemen. See you in a bit.